Easy, simple, and compact guides are kind of rare these days. Overwatch YouTubers kind of just recycle the same tip video ideas and use that same yellow-orange text in all their thumbnails. But today I'm going to do a more traditional guide, an Overwatch 101 series. This episode, mechanics. Actually, here's a better way to start my video. If I asked you guys what you think Overwatch mechanics are, how do you answer it? What does it mean when I say improve your mechanics in Overwatch? I can tell you everybody will first think of just aim. That's it though. Or is it? Aim. Everyone seems to think aim is the focal point. If you want to improve your mechanics, you just get better aim, right? Well, no, not necessarily. See, I like to look at mechanics as an interplay between three domains: aim, movement, and ability usage. Starting with aim, I'm going to define and explain 5 important terms here. The first term is hit scan. This is an instantaneous registration of your bullet or ability. You click your button, the enemy gets instantly hit. There's no travel time. The second term is projectile. This is a shot or ability that has a travel time or a delay before it reaches its target. It's not instant. You have to lead and time your shots by anticipating your target's movements. Every hero in Overwatch either has one or both styles. For example, Tracer has hit scan bullets and a projectile pulse bomb. Ana has a projectile shot unscoped, a hit scan shot scoped, and projectile abilities in her nade and sleep dart. I'm actually going to lump these two together as aim archetypes. The next two terms I want to go over are aiming styles, and these are flicking and tracking. Flicking is an aiming style where you snap your crosshair to the target, while tracking is matching your crosshair to the target's movements. Most players typically flick on heroes that have a slow rate of fire in both the hit scan and projectile archetypes. Some examples of heroes that you can probably flick on are Widow, McCree, Reaper. You just flick to your target based on the rhythm of your rate of fire. Some projectile flickers are Pharah, Hanzo, and even Zarya. Shout out to my boy Calvin for this clip of a nasty Zarya flick.
Oh my god!
Some tracking hit scans are Sombra, Soldier, and some tracking projectiles are Lucio and Genji's primary fire. You have to match the enemy movements and lead your shots. That being said, these are some light parameters. Nothing is cut in stone here. It can also be personal preference. For example, Roadhog's hook is projectile in nature because it has a travel time or a delay, although it's kind of minor. Some top Roadhog players literally only flick their hooks, while some other top Roadhog players will actually be a bit more methodical and actually track each target. I'm not going to sit here and tell you which one's better because it's all personal preference. What can be universally agreed on is the last thing I want to list under aim: crosshair placement. And that good crosshair placement is probably the best tip you can give to any player looking to improve their aim. This is the act of keeping your crosshairs in a spot where you think your target may move, typically at the head or neck level. Having good initial crosshair placement will minimize the amount you actually have to look around and manually aim at, and will naturally improve your accuracy. If we look at this example, it's much easier to already have your crosshairs at a head level here and anticipate them walking into your shots compared to doing some crazy flick by starting with bad crosshair placement. The farther you have to flick, the higher the chance of you missing by under flicking or over flicking. You want to be as close as possible to the target, and this is a very important skill to learn. But
No, dude, why you boop him, dude? No.
the next thing I want to talk about is movement. Your movement in teamfights should always include a good combination of randomized strafing and a little bit of crouching to manipulate your hitbox and make you harder to hit. Don't do it too fast though, because you'll kind of be in the same spot. You want to space it out to get the pattern just right. Surefour has a quick crash course on this that should pop up in the top right. This sort of strafing will increase your survivability drastically. But seriously, watch a top player like ML7 on Ana and watch how he moves. He's literally randomly strafing and crouching between every single shot. You could just see his screen shaking all the time, making it a nightmare for enemies to reliably hit him. It's even more important on heroes where movement is everything, like Mercy. This is probably you. This is actually a Diamond Mercy that I coached that I was very impressed with by their movement. Like this is a player doing normal Mercy things at this rank where they kind of meme on, where you just sit there and AFK beam. But this is doing art. Now with that being said, you have to be in control of this movement. There's a trade-off. Having too much uncontrolled movement like this can actually mess up your own aim, and that's what a lot of players don't realize. Let me give you a visual. In order to headshot this target from this spot, I either have to flick to the right or I can move to the right. It accomplishes the same thing. If I move in the same direction that I also try to aim at the same time, I'm going to end up overshooting and missing. Mastering good movement requires you to naturally learn the skill of synchronizing your aim relative to your movement. If I want to stay on target and I move to the right, I aim to the left. If I move to the left, I aim to the right. If I jump, I aim a bit downwards. If I crouch, I aim a bit upwards. Over time, you'll build that hand-to-hand or thumb-to-thumb coordination, but it's going to take a lot of time for some of you, especially if you didn't know how it tied together like that. Some tips to get better at this would be to add some strafes and some crouches, but stop when you want to shoot, so that you do those movements, but do it in between the downtime of your fire rate. Kind of like CSGO or Valorant, where it's almost necessary to stop moving to have full gun accuracy. But we're playing Overwatch, and we get to retain full accuracy while moving, so start there and work through those baby steps. Now, the third part of mechanics is really straightforward and is what I like to call ability usage. This is a mastery of the timing and usage of your abilities available to the hero that you're playing, and this would also include stuff like animation canceling and techs. Some examples of ability mechanics you can improve on are things like Genji ghost dashes and Mercy super jumps. Having good defense matrix or blink management of D.Va and Tracer respectively are important ability mechanics as well for some simpler examples. Now that I've explained the 3 core domains of Overwatch mechanics, which again are aim, movement, and ability usage, you can kind of see how all the heroes in Overwatch strongly identify with some domains more than others, but at the end of the day, they're all still mechanics.
Oh, you're a Mercy main? She's so easy, you don't have to aim. What a no-skill hero. I can get to GM with my eyes closed if I played her.
Really? Prove it. Yeah, we can cut out the aim part, but what about movement? What about combining good Guardian Angel timing with aerial lateral movements? What about angelic descent hitbox manipulation by spamming jump as you fall? GA cancels, GA bounces, backwards GA, super jump reses. So at the end of the day, she still requires good mechanics in 2 out of the 3 domains to play her at a high level. And I'd say most heroes in Overwatch would be in at least 2, if not all 3 domains. It's one of the reasons why Tracer on release was fine, but then she just got better with time because the skill ceiling is so high because she encompasses a mastery of all 3 of those mechanical domains. Like, think about the mechanics involved. First, you gotta have good strafes, good movement, good ducks, good crouches. Then you gotta worry about blink management and then reacting mid-blink to enemy abilities to dodge stuff. And then as you turn mid-blink, you should actually already be turning your crosshairs so that when the blink ends, you have good crosshair placement already and you're ready to shoot immediately. And you gotta proceed to track the enemies with your movement. Remember, you have to like counter strafe and sync up your aim and your movement together. Then you gotta do this against their movement. Then you gotta hit them with another blink, animation, melee recall. Like, there's so many moving parts to playing a good Tracer. But anyways, the point I'm making here is that when you're looking to improve your mechanics on any hero in Overwatch, don't just tunnel vision on aim, unless we're talking about Widow or something, but consider all the other things you could work on. And to leave you off with some homework, write in the comments your favorite hero, and then list the mechanical domains that are important to the hero, and then pick something and then deliberately practice it. For example, Winston, Genji. Alright, and that was Overwatch Mechanics 101. Class dismissed. Thanks for watching. I was being a little silly, doing the whole full cam thing. Hopefully it was still enjoyable. If you guys subscribe to the main channel here with bell notifications on, I really appreciate it. My second channel where I upload VODs, where I do coaching, live coaching, and some cool gameplays on the second channel, the Carchives, the CarQ Archives. And come to my stream, twitch.tv/CarQ. Later.